Hey guys, here's another 1v1 on a different map this time, different kind of map as well. Alright, there we go. Let's get into it. So, this is indeed not as open, flat map as Red Comet, and
Battle
it
started.
plays differently and it plays with different units. Moreover, it's a very small map, as you can see. While there's still a lot of mexes, still relatively large amount of wide open area, it's not a map where you can easily flank. Um, if you have a turret here, it's difficult to get around it. So it plays a bit differently with different units. Not as much peewees, flash, stumpies, but more Rocos, Samsons, HLTs, that kind of units. Alright, so we will show a different build that I also much enjoy, and that is a combination of Janus and Samson, which is really strong. Again, we start with 2 mexes. It's a bit of a minimum to get a decent eco going, and some winds. This is a wind map we can see here in the top right. And let's start with some construction units, and because we'll start with construction units and thus we will not start with combat units, we absolutely need to put up LLT towers. Otherwise, if the enemy just gets some scouts in, that's going to be quite bad for us. And because it is a wind map and these LLT towers, they cannot shoot over wind generators, we'll need to make more than one to just defend our base. Alright, there we got our base set up. And this way it covers both the north and the south. Alright, we're making 2 construction units because we will be walking with our commander. And that means that we need all the build power in our base to be able to use our metal while our commander is walking, otherwise it's a little bit wasted. Right, we need some more energy.
Low power.
Alright, and as you see, this is a 2 metal start, and it's tight on metal, so if you do this with a 1 metal start, it gets like really tight. Alright, grab this max, and we want a radar a little bit forward such that we can see the enemy movement. If we build it in our base, I mean, that's great, it's early, but if we build it a little bit forward, we see so much more. The enemy could harass us here. It would be annoying. We'd have to move around a bit at least, but since I'm not seeing it, I'm just making a bet that he's not. Because I'm really short on metal, so I kind of have to make a bit of a risky play here. Alright, so we see the enemy. He has some raiding units, probably PVs. It's a bit typical for someone to overproduce these. It is useful if you raid by the sides, but I'm not even expanding on the side, and what I'm mainly looking to do is put pressure on the front such that he doesn't have time to do too much on the sides, and he has to react to the pressure I'm putting up. Alright. It's gonna be ready just in time. D-gun. Alright. There we go. That's first contacts. Went quite well for us. And yeah, here we're putting up pressure. Let's reclaim these. I'm thinking we can degun this with the commander. Let's do that. Damn it, we don't have the energy for it. Alright, if he moves in with the commander, we have a Janus here ready, who is really powerful against commanders. Does a lot of damage. So he cannot afford to move forward. That was a bit sloppy on my part. I should have waited to walk in before I have enough energy. In fact, we're gonna make some more energy here. There we go. So we put some pressure on him, and yeah, he has to retreat. He has to play on the sides here because his unit combination is not very strong against our unit combination. Um, and it puts a time limit on our sides, because if he just expands on the sides and we don't put pressure on him and we don't force him to defend, that means he can get all the metal from everywhere and outproduce us. Even if he has a bad unit combination, if he outproduces us massively, that's not going to help much. This is this is great. He's forced to build some wind generators over here, which means we can put pressure on that and further damage his economic growth. So, and here we're really good. We have a lot of metal, which is a bit unfortunate because we always want to use up our metal, but it's a good problem to have. And we could make more construction units to make more units, but at this time we want to apply the maximum amount of pressure. He could be building an HLT in the back, which, alright, here with the Genesis we have, we should be able to kill his commander. Set targets, there we go. Alright. GG, short match, but just a little example of a different kind of gameplay, different map, different unit combination. Alright, send away if you have any questions. Cheers, see you around.